Hey folks, see Rachana Ranade here, and I welcome you all to another Thursday live stream. And last Thursday, I remember that many of our family members on YouTube, many of them said that, ma'am, maybe once in 1.5 months or so, we would love if you have some guests on our channel. But otherwise, we would love if it's just us, right? So today, no one coming on the stream. It's just you all and me, and we'll be discussing about something really important. What do I feel about the impact of Russia Ukraine war on the stock market? Number one, something super interesting I found about Nifty key levels, and the same logic I've applied for Bank Nifty as well. So, we are going to discuss all these things today. Some special announcements today for the pro investor members as well. What is announcement? I'll tell that in some time. Okay. Some amazing data points on what about the newly listed stocks, right? There has been some super interesting data. Of course, this I read it in one of the newspapers. Just clicked. I can share the name of the newspaper as well. It's Business Line, okay? And on this newspaper, a very interesting data point was given that whenever the market corrects and we have certain stocks which are very high on valuation, okay, how they tend to drastically correct because of the overall market scenario, right? So everyone understands that when all these new age companies, when they got listed, at that time everything was nice, correct? So acha chal raha tha. And at that time, all these new age companies were getting premium valuations. But then, as and how the market started to correct, that was the time when all these stocks started to get a pretty bad hit. So I'm just telling you names of few companies. Just listen to this. Car trade IPO price was 1,618 and current market price is 631. It's almost two-thirds of its original price. If I talk about 197 communications, Paytm, IPO price 2,150 and CMP current market price is 860, right? Zomato, IPO price 76, high was 169, almost 170, but current market price 85. And if I'm not mistaken, uh, Zomato had also gone below the issue price, I guess yesterday or day before yesterday somewhere. So be careful on all these stocks. Uh, PB Fintech 950 IPO price, high price was 1,470 and current market price is 776. Okay, last one I would just want to tell you about FS and e-commerce 1125, high 2,574 and current market price is 1,505. So why I thought of starting this stream today with this data was that it might be possible that many of you have already invested in this possibility number one during the IPO. Possibility number two, if you did not invest during the IPO because there was a lot of buzz about all these stocks, you might have invested at higher levels. Now, the big question is that should one book losses and come out of all these stocks? So, assume that someone had bought a Nika, someone had bought a Zomato. Should you be booking losses and coming out of it? Now, if you ask me, you have to answer two very basic questions, right? Number one, had you bought it for listing gains? And if yes, why are you holding it till now? If you had bought it only for listing gains, you should have put it long ago, right? Number one. Number two, had you bought it with an intention that I would hold it for a medium to long term, say at least a year, a time horizon of 3 years, let's say, to then why are you even thinking about it? Has it been 1 year? No. Has it been 3 years? No, right? So if you had believed that these stocks may or may not perform well in the short term but might perform well in the medium to long term, then why not? Okay, so I personally believe there is no need to panic at this point in time. Okay, that everything is over now. Markets have already started to show certain fears. Now it will be just falling down like anything. No need to panic. Okay, so it's like a wait and watch strategy right now. Now, when I tell you about the impact of Russia-Ukraine war on stock market, then you will understand that what strategy we can use not only for these new age company listings but for overall. Because I can see some people are asking me about, Ma'am, what about IT stocks? All have corrected. Na? There is no exception only. You can name it, like be it Wipro, be it Infosys, all these big IT names have also corrected drastically, including TCS as well, right? So if you are talking about all, Yuvraj is asked a question, but Yuvraj's DP is my photograph. Is that so? If yes, thanks, Yuvraj. Sweet gesture. Views on IEX, Adani Ports, Wipro. See, even if I'm talking about IEX, fantastic stock fundamentally. Adani Port, not bad category for sure. Wipro, again, not bad. But right now, you can imagine what has happened with all these stocks. All have gotten a big beating, and one of the reasons why this has happened is because of the current scenario. Now people are asking me, so coming to our main topic right now about impact of Russia Ukraine war. Now people are asking me, ma'am, stock market corrected by almost, now Nifty high was what, 18,400, correct? From there the fall started, and we are almost at 17,300 today. So this is a fall of more than 1,100 points. And people are saying that 1,100 points fall because of Russia Ukraine war. Is that so? Now I want quick answers in yes or no. Do you feel that this 1,100 points fall in Nifty, is it only because of Russia Ukraine war? Yes or no? I would just want to know your view on this. And if I get to know your thought process, your understanding, क्या बात है? I've already started getting loads of correct answers. Everyone is just typing no, 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 no. Fantastic, very good. So I hope everyone, all of our channel viewers are very well informed that it's not only and only because of Russia Ukraine war. There are multiple problems involved right now. Now you might be like, weren't these problems existing last month? Weren't these problems existing maybe 1 or 2 months before this? Has the US inflation shot up in this week only? Has it shot up in just 2 or 3 weeks only? Uh, have the bond yield started to go crazy just this week only, just the previous week only? Now I'll tell you what funny things happen about the market. Okay, when market gets some good news, market chooses what to ignore from the bad news. So for example, when initially the Q3 results were coming up good in our Indian stock market, the market was really honoring all the good results. Okay, it was looking at the brighter side. At least our Indian companies are doing well. At that time we were conveniently ignoring the US data, right? When budget was announced that same day, we were like, whatever is the implementation part, wo baad mein dekha jayega. Okay, whether government is really able to implement that or not. uh, our finance minister said that we are really thinking about LIC IPO, and of course there has been certain announcements after that as well. So all these sentiments initially were looking good, but now all of a sudden all these sentiments seem like, US inflation, okay, FII selling. So there has been what can I say, mocktail cocktail of loads of parameters, because of which this market is seeing a big fall. Number one, I'm sure everyone knows it is FII selling, but that has been happening since last 1 or 2 months. Okay, we have talked about it so many times on our channel. I don't want to repeat it over and over again. Right, number one. Number two, it is, one of the very important parameters is about the bond yield. Okay, now I would want to share my screen and I would want to show you where has the bond yield gone right now. Okay, Acha, can you see this data on uh, in dot trading view again? Yes, US bond yield. I might have checked first. Yes, here it is. US government bond yield. Okay, that is the chart for you. US government bond yield. Right now, if you see straight from here, dhap, 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 it has just gone crazy. This was the day, roughly around 29th December, when it closed very comfortably above the 50 DEMA. Okay, and it went to 1.558. And since then, it touched almost an intraday high yesterday at 2.063. That is like a huge number. 2% yield on government bonds. It's not common. See, this I've zoomed out like anything right now. They are almost at, which is this month. This is 2019 again, 1.9. After that we are seeing this. Okay, now if this has happened, now understand the correlation. The moment yields increase, our markets go down. Okay, so there's always an inverse relation between yields and stock market. One interesting thing that I saw today: 1, 2, and 3. Today the yields sharply fell, almost 3.6% fall. And if you have watched my lectures carefully, be it YouTube, be it on our website rachanaranade.com, which is this candlestick pattern: 1, 2, 3. This is known as an, I might be getting answers in the chat section, but I'm right now on in.trading view. I'm not able to read your chats, but this is an evening star. Okay, ideally, as per technical analysis, we could see certain correction here. Okay, if the bond yields fall, if the technical analysis is proven right, then stock prices may see a comfortable upside in the coming few days. Okay, this is only as per one point, which is bond yields. Okay, now one more important point. Okay, I'm just leaving this one, going back to StreamYard. So I hope this connection about bond yields is very well understood. Okay, so yes, it was kind of a hammer in between, but a very important one was the was the evening star pattern. Okay, now what is important, again please understand. So yes, many people have also given an answer, evening star, agreed. Wait, others, stop other super chats. Wait, first focus. So I hope you have understood, number one, about what is the impact of FII selling. Number one, we have understood what is the impact of bond yields on stock market. Number two. Number three, finally, I'm telling you the impact of Ukraine Russia war on stock market. 100% attention for next 2 to 3 minutes. Okay, has such a war scenario occurred for the very first time in history? Answer is obviously no. Were there multiple wars in history? Obviously yes. Okay, when I was trying to study the impact of earlier wars on stock market, I read through a lot of sites, including Economic Times, be it Business Line, be it Business Standard, be it whatever, I mean, Mint. Okay, many websites I went through, and whatever gist I could get from all these websites, one very interesting data point I came across this, which mentioned that whatever, if we do an analysis of the past, okay, almost it took how many events? First of all, let me tell you, 24 events since World War II. So there was one website wherein I was referring that after World War II, there were 24 wars or potential wars, I can say. So, for example, Russia-Ukraine is not a war right now, right? It's a potential war. It could happen. It possibility that it might not even happen. Correct? So, 24 such events were observed, and in that it was understood that S&P 500, US, Nasdaq, NYC, everyone knows one of the index there, S&P 500, it fell on an average 5.5% from the peak. Okay, whatever was the peak before all these war situations, from that it fell 5.5%. Okay, 5.5% is a big one. Now if I were to calculate from 18,400 into 0.95, that comes to 17,480, which is what we are seeing right now. Okay, but now the big question, has the fall started at 18,400? No, fall has not started since 18,400. So I don't think 17,480 is the level that we should be checking out right now. Okay, somewhere around 17,800, 17,900. That was the point since we actually started to hear more and more news about Russia, about Ukraine, since after which the fall started, right? Now the biggest stat, very important stat that I came across after reading lots of news were that the losses from the start of the event till the bottom point were seen over a period of 24 days, right? From the period of 24 days. Now, if you analyze that, since how many days has this come into limelight? I think maximum 4 or 5 days, right? Maximum 4 or 5 days. After which, I mean, since 4-5 दिन हो गए, from which we are seeing that markets have started to slide down because of this news. So we have to calculate roughly 20 days from here, roughly 2 to 3 weeks from here. Okay. So the news articles mentioned that 24 days of downfall was followed by 28 days of recovery. Okay, now watch my hands carefully. Because of any war, this has been observed. How many times this news article mentioned that we have analyzed 24 events, and many a times we observed that 24 days downfall followed by 28 days uptrend. Okay, and this uptrend takes the market at a high higher than the previous high. Can you guess what is this? We have talked about this on our channel so many times, and this is like a V-shaped recovery. Okay, now people might be like, have has Russia already withdrawn the troops? See, now right now, see, I'm not an expert in all these war scenarios, right? Problem is that many a times all these, yeah, exactly, people are writing this in the chat section, V-shaped recovery. Okay, so now what happens, understand. Sometimes Putin sir says that okay, we are withdrawing the troops. Then US president will give some, something he will say. So it's just more and more about, हम इसको भाषणबाजी बोलते हैं. So one news, one statement coming from all important leaders, it will affect the market in one direction. Some other statement will take the market in another direction. So what happens typically in war scenarios is the volatility. Okay, volatility will be at almost its highest point. And if you have seen what has happened with VIX has been crazily rising over the past few days. Okay, so you have to be very. Is my audio breaking? People are saying my audio is breaking. Am I audible properly? Few people are saying my voice is not clear, audio is breaking. Is my voice clear? Acha, Naveen, please check your internet connection. Okay, perfect. No audio issues. Perfect. So I hope you have understood two key takeaways. I'm repeating the two key takeaways from whatever I read. Okay, number one, as I mentioned, majority of 20 out of 24 events after World War II, 5.5% was the fall from the peak. Number one. Okay, and number two. So if you are calculating from 18,400, we are done. If you are calculating, so you have to try and analyze almost 1 week before. So we were somewhere around 17,800. So if I were to calculate from 17,800 into 0.95 roughly, that comes to almost 17,000 levels. So it's might be in the 16,800 to 17,000 levels. Okay, so I'm going to come to that right now. Can we see these levels again? And again, one more important point, we said that 24 days of fall followed by 28 days of recovery. So we can see a sharp recovery in such scenarios. So we have to be aware about these points. Otherwise, what happens, understand? Many a times it happens that we keep on waiting till the war scenario is over. What will happen? When things start to get cleared out, okay, markets will just run up like anything. And then you might lose out on the opportunity of buying. And then you will be like, "Arey, I should have bought earlier. The war kabhi na kabhi to khatam ho jata tha, right? I was so mad." You should be analyzing what has happened in the past, and based on that, you can take your own decision. Now, the big question. So, should I start investing? Am I investing? Now, the big question, right? So, what are the key levels that I see in Nifty? What are the key levels that I see in Bank Nifty? Am I going to buy right now? Am I going to invest maybe my 1/5 chunk right now? For that, you need to understand what is seen in Nifty right now. And believe it or not, this is the first time that I'm going to show you my latest observation on Nifty. Okay, we have seen Nifty line that we were drawing from Corona lowest point, right? That longest trend line that we had analyzed for a long time, number one. Then in the previous few weeks, we were talking about that channel, okay, that downward going channel. Now something really amazing. For the first time, we are going to analyze this on the live stream of our Thursday live streams. So everyone, just pay 100% attention about how trend analysis helps you to figure out certain things. Okay, so I'm just zooming in So let's try and analyze, let us say, past 2 months data. Okay, we are not, why, you might be like, why 2 months data? Why not 10 months data? Why not 12? Because we want to know what might happen in the shorter term. If I want to check what might happen in the shorter term, 2 to 3 months data is what we should check. Again, I'm repeating. If you want to check shorter term analysis, 2 to 3 months data is what I check. Now, if I check 3 months, this is November. So this was more of a downfall, clear cut downfall. And from here, we have seen an up move and then a sideways movement, whatever. So I believe we should try and analyze the from 20th December. Okay, this was the lowest point that we saw. Now, what I'm trying to do is that I'm going to connect all the low points since 20th December and I'm going to connect all the high points since 20th December. Okay, so I'm just zooming in and I'm drawing a line from the lows, all the low points I'm trying to connect. Correct? So this is the low points, all the lows I have connected. Now what I'm doing, I'm connecting all the highs. Almost there. Just give me a minute. I'm just trying to fine tune. All right, almost there. Done. Okay. Now have a look at this. What can we see? We can see a high, a low, a lower high, a low, again a lower high. But we are not yet testing the lower lows. So if you can see, we are at a very, very, very crucial point right now. So this triangle is squeezing in. I hope this is visible, right? I hope you are understanding that the markets are going from a broader range to an absolute narrow range. Are you with me? Are you able to understand this? Is it visible properly? I guess yes. If you are able to properly visualize this, you can also hit the like button so that I understand you are able to visualize this clearly. Okay, so this is a super narrow range that we are going into right now. Now, what is the biggest resistance that I can see? Again, I'm repeating, what is the biggest resistance that I can see right now? The biggest resistance as per technical analysis, see, 2-3 points are merging. Now this line, the trend line that I've drawn right now, this one shows a resistance around 17,000. So yesterday or today's level, if I check, chalo, 17,450. Okay, 17,450 today's resistance that I had marked as per this trend line analysis. Pivot, what does the pivot point say? 17,482. What does, oh sorry, this was not pivot, this was 50 DEMA. 50 DEMA says 17,482 and pivot says 17,511. Okay, so all these are talking about one key resistance level. And what is that? I hope you are understanding this. All key wicks, 50 DEMA, pivot, everything around that 17,500 mark. So if my technical analysis is showing me that there are, we can't see a lot of chances of Nifty going above 17,500. What is next thing we have to check? We have to check NSE option chain analysis. Okay, now let's see what can we see. Can we see highest open interest in the call side for Nifty at 17,500? So we are choosing the 24th Phadke expiry. This is this month expiry. Now let's see what can we see in the option chain. 17,500. Okay. I hope you are able to see this. This is the magic of TA plus option chain. You can see whenever you want to take any trade with conviction, and if you have at least two parameters to show the same thing, then ideally your conviction builds to a greater level. Okay, so if you see here 17,500, okay, this is the array. Why did I highlight? Wait, my mistake. 17,500. If you just check this out, what is open interest? Open interest 17,500 is 75,000. Huge open interest call side. This is a strong resistance. And how much is the change in OI? So maybe fresh positions have been added here. 24,533 fresh positions added. We can see even steeper resistance, which is being followed at 18,000 levels. That's a steeper resistance. But I really doubt if we will be able to see 18,000 before this month expiry, because today we are at Thursday. Barely 1, 2, 3. Oh, yeah, ek bhi chutti nahi. Okay, so for just 5 sessions remaining, unless and until some very positive news about Russia-Ukraine war comes up, then I don't see Nifty expiring above 17,800. I'm repeating, if some very good news comes up about Russia-Ukraine war, assume that Vladimir Putin says that we we confirm that we don't want to do any war with Ukraine. Okay, some statement like that. Then boom, it can just go haywire, right? But if even if it is status quo, no clarity, जैसे है वैसे है, still I don't think 17,500 can be broken with such a huge resistance at 17,500, 75,000 OI at this level, right? But against that, just have a look at the puts. It's just 31,000. Okay. On a lower side, highest open interest, you can see at 17,000. That is 93,000 shares at 17,000. So this is now the lower side. So I hope you have understood the resistance level at 17,500. Everyone, which all analysis did we do? I'm just closing the screen for some time. We talked about analysis based on 5 parameters right now. 5 parameters. Which 5? Number 1, we talked about 50 Demat. We talked about pivot point. We talked about the trend analysis. Uh, we talked about even the option chain analysis. All these points are talking about what? All these points are talking about only 1.17,500 as a resistance level. Okay. Now, as usual, everyone will be like, what about FII data? Okay, so FII data is of course important. Have they been net sellers today or net buyers today? If you want, I can also show that to you. I'll just share my screen again. Have a look at this. So today's figure, 17th February, FII in cash, again sold worth 1,242 crore rupees. This is in cash. What about F&O? 17th का data नहीं है अभी तक. They have, I mean, not yet released, but in cash at least stock का है क्या? No data about F&O has yet been released, at least on money control. But cash data has been updated. It's a negative figure. So all in all, with all these data points, I really don't see Nifty crossing 17,500 unless and until something that we don't know today comes all of a sudden in this market, right? I hope you have understood all these points. What about FII? Someone is asking, right? Absolutely. And one of my team members has already, Ashita has already mentioned about our technical analysis course. That's the link that you can use if you are not understanding what sort of link Rachana here, you can go. Are Karthik, Ashita is my team member. She's writing on my behalf. She's not competing against me. She's saying कार्तिक को गुस्सा आ गया शायद. कार्तिक आप अपनी फैमिली मेंबर ही है क्यों? Okay, chalo. So I hope you have understood all these basic points about Nifty. Now shall we go ahead and talk about Bank Nifty? So for Bank Nifty now, what I've done is just for. Acha, I forgot to talk about the lower levels, right? Acha, even Sharan Jain is saying Dow Jones down. Wow, Dow Jones down by almost 1.3%. All right. So now, what is the lower level? I forgot to talk about the lower level. I'll quickly share my screen again, and we'll talk about the lower level based on all these things. S1 support 1 is at 16,928. I'm repeating 16,928. And if we talk about this, 16,839. Correct. So now, based on this 16,839, based on our trend, based on pivot S1 16,935, based on option chain 17,000. So as I'm mentioning, if we don't hear any surprises, even if it is status quo, I believe that markets might remain range bound. 17,500, 17,000. बहुत ही हो गया तो भी if some bad news comes out, then maybe we can go lower. But 16,800 I do see as a very good support right now. So 16,800 and 17,500. That is the range that we have been talking about. And I'll quickly share my view about Bank Nifty as well. I guess we had missed out Bank Nifty. in our previous session. Bank Nifty hai kya idhar? It's not opening up. All right. Yes, we will talk about Bank Nifty also. But before I talk about Bank Nifty, let me just stop sharing my screen for a moment. Before we talk about Bank Nifty, one super duper important announcement. And the announcement is about a live batch that we are going to conduct. And it is going to be in Pune. If you were to ask me which area of Pune, it is in, it's near Bajirao Road, okay, Bajirao Mastani wala Bajirao Road, and that is where I'm going to conduct a live course. It's Basics of Stock Market 2.0, right? In that, we are going to talk about few newer concepts as well, which were not covered in Basics of Stock Market 1.0. All new examples, all new scenarios, few new concepts as well, which I had not talked about in Basics of Stock Market 1.0. So if you want to know more about this, Rakesh is asking when we want to know more. Prasanna says, please Tamil Nadu, madam. Prasanna, you come to Pune. See, till now I've not even taken one meetup also in Pune. So I believe that being my hometown, Pune deserves that at least I should take first course after lockdown in Pune. So if you want to know more about this course, if you want to, enroll for this course, then what you can do is just visit my website, which is rachanaranade.com. Once you visit there, there is a section known as all courses. Okay, क्या बात है, क्या हो गया मेरी वेबसाइट को, इतने सारे लोग आ गए कि क्रैश हो रहा है. Okay, so this is the tab stock market courses, and here you can see classroom sessions, and here you can enroll for the classroom session. Early bird offer till 20th February, and after 20th February, the price will hike a little bit. So this is the early bird price offer. It will be 4 days live batch. Okay, all the timings, everything is given here. It's a weekend batch, only Saturdays and Sundays. So just in case if anyone wants to come down to Pune, maybe weekdays you're working, and just over the weekend if you want to come and go back to your hometown, that is also possible. That is the whole reason why I thought of keeping it as a weekend batch. So these are just some concepts that I've listed down, and plus 45 plus more concepts about stock market. Everything in detail is given here. Ashita, if you can pin, actually, if you can just, I will do that. Wait. I will just try to pin this in our chat. Okay, so that it will be easier for you all to just check this pin message. All right, so I've pinned the message as well. So if you want, you can surely check out the course. It's a live batch. I'm taking a live batch after almost 2.5 years. So it's, even I'm super excited for this, and hope that if you all can make it, few of you at least can make it, it'll be fun. Otherwise, we do live sessions every week, but it's like I never get to see you face to face. So Acha, Megha Rajpal is saying, after class, what to do for non-Pune people? Or there are many places in Pune also. Sinhagad is very nice. Okay. Then you have Raja Kedkar Museum, which is very close by. You have काय म्हणतात त्याला, बाजीराव मस्तानीचं काय आपलं अक्षय, शनिवार वाडा. We have Shaniwar Wada, and you're welcome to my office. Okay, lots of things you can check. What about basics of stock market in other city people? I'm not sure if I'll be traveling a lot or not. But right now I've planned only and only for Pune. Nothing, no other city as such. Of course, that will be recorded as well. Abhishek Aditya is saying Chitale Bandhu Mithai wale, kya baat hai? Okay. So yes, that is the whole plan. Of course, don't worry, I will be recording that as well, and this Basics of Stock Market 2.0 will be available afterwards. Okay. Okay. Would love to visit your office once in Pune. Okay. Fantastic. So that is what I wanted to talk about, this important announcement. Don't forget to check this out on our website, rachanaranade.com, right? So with that, let me just again quickly go back to the final point, which is about Bank Nifty. So again, same analysis for Bank Nifty. If you can see here, I've tried to join the lower lows and the higher highs. And here you can see Bank Nifty is also there in a range, but comparatively a broader range. It's not like going in a very narrow range. But one important point has happened for Bank Nifty. We can see here. Yesterday it defended the 50 DEMA. Today it has closed below 50 DEMA. Okay. So I would not be surprised if tomorrow also it doesn't show a lot of strength. Okay. It might open up weak tomorrow as well. Might show some weakness tomorrow as well. Pivot level it has honored. If the pivot level is also not honored tomorrow, then we can see some further slide as well. So this is about Bank Nifty. So try to join these, try to draw these trend lines. It will be helpful for you to practice this, all these charts in TradingView. You will only get a good hang about this technical analysis. All right. So with that, yes, one final announcement for Pro Investor members. I had promised that I'll be doing a Zoom meeting with you all, Pro Investor members. Mark the date. Zoom meeting, Pro Investor members, is going to happen on 21st at 9 p.m. This 21st at 9 p.m. You will get the link of the Zoom meeting on our community tab only, which will be a Pro Investor post. And I'll be posting it on the same day. Okay. So on 21st, you will find the Zoom link on the community tab. That is where you'll have to use that link to join the Zoom call. Okay. And this is actually going to be the very first ever time that I'm going to see all my Pro Investor members, because otherwise, it's only chat. At least online, I'll see. Anyone who is able to make it to Pune would love to see you face to face in Pune as well. But otherwise, first Zoom meeting, 21st of February at 9 p.m. Just in case if your Pro Investor membership has expired, you may consider renewing the same and joining in for the Zoom meeting. And yes, even I'm super excited. Many people are like, yay, super excited. Same here, even I'm super excited, right? Okay, so with that, let's quickly move on to the super chats. Kya baat hai? The very first one is, hi ma'am, I loved your collab with Finance, Sharan. Even Sharan was like, ma'am, I did not expect this from you, the way you would say Finance with Sharan, because that was full of, follow my man, bro, Finance with Sharan. That was like full of energy, right? So that was super fun collab. Even I loved doing that collab with Sharan. And you can follow me as well as Sharan on Instagram, so you can check it out. Cool. Please start online class to teach us technical analysis. We need two-way teaching. Two-way teaching. I mean, I have taught I have a technical analysis course on our website rachanaranade.com. You can surely go and check that out as well. And plus, doubt solving session happens every single month. So, for example, this Saturday at 5 p.m., the doubt solving session is again going to happen for all those who have enrolled for my courses, right? So it keeps on happening every month. So surely you can make full use of that as well. Can we average out and buy more of Zomato and Paytm like stocks for long term? So that's what I was trying to tell you. Now, all these stocks with which we started, right now, markets is in a tighter range and it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter and tighter. If that, there will be one day when it breaks that range. And that is going to be the day which is to be watched out for. If it goes on the upside, it's okay. But goes on the downside, then what? So at least I am not investing right now. I'm doing a little bit of wait and watch. The analysis 24 days downfall has not yet been over. So I still believe that 1 or 2 weeks, I would want to wait till I invest anything right now. So at least I'm not investing. That is the point I wanted to tell you all right. Ashwin says, more than stock market, I would like to learn the cool attitude of handling things from you. You handle even harsh comments in a nice way. Thanks. Exactly, Ashwin. I mean, I believe that if everyone just gives me all good comments, then something is going wrong. It just can't be 100% good comments, right? And in fact, we also say in Marathi, ki ninda ka se ghar asave shezari. It means that you have to have some people who also give some sort of harsh comments. And I mean, that's not just to demotivate you, but just to tell you that, hey, we also care for you, and we would love if you take XYZ corrective action. So you all told me that, ma'am, not every Thursday, we don't like that. I've taken it positively. You all are the ones who are going to give me feedback. Who else is going to give me a feedback, right? So I just took it positively and trying to just implement. Thank you, Ashwin. Karthik says, Supriya, hammer, inverted hammer, fundamental strong, question mark, can I invest? Okay, let me just check quickly. Supriya Life Sciences. Otherwise, it's a good stock, a fundamentally good stock. But again, same problem, I guess. Has seen a super duper beating. Next support, big support at 400. So still, it is in a downtrend right now. I would not have invested at this point. 4,000 should be a level to watch out for, right? All right, next one is Arindam Parbat says, ma'am, please tell any three stocks for long-term investment. Arindam, in fact, I have released a video this month only, top three stocks based on budget. Please go and check that out. And in that video, I have even given a small case through which you can invest at one shot in all these three stocks, right? Ravinder Singh ji says, in your YouTube live stream on 300 points Nifty fallen recently, you have explained about intraday lows and day low. Please explain day low in detail. Did not get that. Please explain days low in detail. It's an intraday low, na Raviji? So whatever is the, I think, उसमें confusion कहाँ पे? I've shared my screen, but let me just. Okay. So for example, I this okay, maybe this was the day when I did the live stream, huge red candle, or maybe this day 14th Feb, I guess I did this. So वहाँ पे intraday low was this week. This one, this is the intraday low, 16,800. Oh, you're talking about the stop loss levels, I guess. Maybe you're talking about that. So sometimes what happens is that so for example, this one, this big candle I'm talking about, what was the intraday low? Intraday low was almost 16,800, but what is the close point? Close point is 17,200. So whenever we set stop loss levels, I'm repeating, whenever we set stop loss levels, we can set stop loss levels based on 2 points. One is intraday if it hits that, and number two, stop loss based on closing price. Now, if you ask me, whenever I set stop losses for F&O positions of mine, I try to see that if a major support has been broken, if a major support is broken, then if whatever intraday stop loss I had taken, I would quit. Okay. So I'll tell you, recently I booked, because stop loss has to be there, stop loss has to be honored. So I can also tell you that Bank Nifty, I closed a position. Okay, when did I close the position? What was this day? कल ही किया था मैंने शायद. I can't recollect. Maybe this day it was 14 Feb, I guess. So it broke the 50 DEMA and it started going down crazily. So if your major support is broken, if whatever target you have set that is broken, then you should book intraday as well. Otherwise, as a thumb rule, you should try and see whether it is closing below that level. If it is not closing below that level, then you should not be triggering your stop losses. So ideally, if you are seeing a daily candle, your stop losses should always be on a daily closing basis rather than intraday basis. That is what I was trying to explain in the YouTube live stream the other day, right? All right, Lalpath Lab versus Thyrocare, alkylamine versus Deepak Nitrate. Okay, Lalpath Lab fundamentally is better, is what I believe. And out of alkylamine, Deepak Nitrate, alkylamine. Okay, both fundamentally. Garvit says, ma'am, Tech Mahindra, Happiest Minds, India Mart at CMP to enter. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Garvit. Right now, Tech Mahindra, Happiest Mind, all these are fundamentally very good stocks. Even if you want to enter right now, I believe that you should be just putting a small chunk if you want to enter right now. But otherwise, I believe that, waiting for some time, waiting till we get at least some more clarity on this war thing. If bond yields also we see signs of cooling off, inflation cooling off a little bit in US and India, then I might be happier to invest. I've been saying this so many times on our channel that I am still happy to buy stocks at a higher level when I get more conviction, rather than to buy stocks at lower level at lower conviction. Correct? That is what I believe, that is what I follow. So Tech Mahindra, Happiest Mind, India Mart, all are good. But at current market price, if you want to enter, only a small chunk, not the entire amount. मैम प्लीज निफ्टी को गिरा दो प्लीज. क्यों भाई, क्यों पीछे पड़े हो? निफ्टी को है तो रुकने दो ना, क्यों क्यों गिराना है? हिमांशु says, मैम आई हैव टेकन योर कोर्स. किधर गायब हो गया? मैम आई हैव टेकन ऑल योर कोर्सेज, स्टॉक मार्केट कोर्सेज एक्सेप्ट F&O. What new thing we will learn, and is there going to be Q&A and doubt solving between us? Yes, Himanshu, F&O is totally a different ball game, and I'm sure you'll get to learn a lot of things in the F&O course as well. And every month we do have a Q&A. Last Saturday also I had a Q&A for F&O. Whoever had enrolled in F&O course or in the mutual fund course. And this Saturday it's going to be BOS and basics of stock market, fundamental analysis, all these courses this Saturday. Okay, so every month as usual we have Zoom meetings. Vedanta fundamentals. See, I've told this so many times in the channel. I don't follow such stocks. Okay, where I'm not so much comfortable with the promoters of the company. So no comments. Rajesh Naik says, hi ma'am, is there a reason that the courses cannot play on laptop and are mobile only? No, they are not mobile only. Laptop पे भी चल सकता है. Except Mac. I don't have the technology where my courses will play on Mac. But other than MacBook, if you have a normal laptop, should play on your laptop as well, right? Okay. Bank Nifty looks like M pattern. Can you please check? Okay, let me check one more time. Looks like M pattern. Yes. So what is an M pattern? It's nothing but a double top which has been formed. Okay, but double bottom is not very significantly formed right now. Whenever it is double top, it's a sign of bearishness. Okay, and that is what has happened since the double top, second time top that it hit. Okay, others please stop the super chats. Okay, please. Your views on Praj Industries and Jindal Polyfilms fundamentally. Jindal Poly, I've never tracked. Praj, of course. But 1 minute. Jindal Poly. Mm. As in, why? ROE, ROC was very good, but sales growth 3 years are minus 14.1%. Last 3 years. Let me check other parameters as well, right? Just because of one parameter, I'm not going to be like, chi. Okay. On a year, quarter basis, thank you. On a quarterly basis, okay, not like super solid nahi hai bhai. Compounded sales growth 5 years minus 11%, 3 years minus 14%. TTM is good. TTM is good, but any specific reason why it has risen, why the sales of this year have seen a boost, only profits for this year have seen a boost, we need to check that. For those who are my pro investor members, they know that sometimes at the surface level, fundamentals might look very, very good, but when you dig down deep, you might understand that, oops, something is wrong. So Jindal Polyfilms, at least on surface, I don't see any specific reason or specific wow factor is missing right now. Praj Industries, good one. I mean, at least above average, I can say. Not like wow again, but above average for sure. Vishal says, ma'am, when will you share stock of the month? Vishal, I've already done the stock of the month for February, and it was a live stream. DCM Shriram and National Aluminium. DCM Shriram, again, above average. National Aluminium, haven't checked, but can check the technicals quickly. National Aluminium. It has risen quite a bit though. Right now, higher high, higher low pattern is still on. Dividend seems to be declared. 3 rupees dividend. And because of all these war scenarios, all these commodities, energies, they tend to have a huge volatility because of demand supply mismatch. Okay, so might be the reason why you might have seen a huge movement in this specific stock for the past few days. Even I can see a nice U pattern. National Aluminium on the charts looks good. I have not checked it fundamentally though. All right, people, please stop super chats. I have to stop the stream in another 8 to 10 minutes. Okay, ma'am, your views on HDFC, AMC, and Cadila Healthcare. HDFC, AMC again is good from the long term. I don't see any reason why it should be like down and dusted. Cadila Healthcare again, not a big fan of Cadila Healthcare. Acha, one says, ma'am, please do a video on how and when to apply for TCS by when. TCS buyback के लिए I'll tell you what will happen. In fact, in one of my previous live stream also I told about it, that for TCS you'll get an email that okay, this is how you have to apply for it, and a link will be given to you. You just have to click on the link, and you can fill in all the details. Many times you can, if you have a full-time broker, so there's a difference, right, between a discount broker and a full service broker. Full time nahi, galti se bola, full service broker. So something like an Edelweiss, right? I remember for few buybacks, I've called up the broker and told that okay, please do this procedure for me, right? But otherwise, you can surely fill up the link. I mean, you can just fill in some basic details, and as and when this, I mean, I also am a shareholder of TCS. Whenever I get the email, I will surely do a quick stream on this as to how I am applying for the TCS buyback. Taken. पृथ्वीराज शिर्के से म्यूचुअल फंड ऑफ द मंथ डिसकंटिन्यूड, वो तो ऐसे ही एक बार किया था, नॉट फॉर एवरी मंथ. Entry level for Dixon, I know Dixon has seen a huge beating. It's right now at a good support level, to be honest. 4,140 is support one. Second support is down at 3,800. So I'll tell you, I think this very level of 4,100 is also looks like a solid support. Shouldn't be easily broken, is what I believe. Okay, let me just quickly check the option chain as well, because this is one of our pro investor special stocks. So that's why I just thought of quickly checking the option chain for Dixon as well. A lot of calls have been written in Dixon, especially 240, 4,300, 4,400. Okay. And as for the put side, we can see 4,000. So as per option chain analysis also, we can see 4,000 as a support. And as I mentioned, as per technical analysis also, S1 is around 4,100. So 4,000 seems, both as per technical analysis, as per option chain as well, both seem to be a fair enough support for Dixon. So maybe that is where you can put in some small amount. That is just my analysis. Do your analysis as well, right? Ma'am, in Q&A, I was talking about 2.0 course and not F&O course. Oh, Himanshu, you're talking about 2.0. So Himanshu, in 2.0 course, there are certain points which I had not talked about in the 1.0 course. So for just to give you a broad idea, that as an example, okay, I had not really talked about world indices in my 1.0 course. So you will be having some information on world indices as well. Then you will be having some changes which have happened over the past few months/years, because I recorded basics of stock market 1.0 in 2019. So from 2019 till date, there have been few changes as well. So all these changes I have covered in the 2.0 version. So new concepts, not 100% new concepts. I want to be absolutely transparent. I can say roughly 25 to 30% new concepts. Okay, 100% new examples, and whatever were the changes especially that have happened, something like a dividend taxation, just as an example, all these will also be covered in the basics of stock market 2.0 course, right? What Russia impact on oil? Is oil being manipulated? No, I mean, I don't think there's a huge impact because of Russia on oil. I personally don't believe. Hi, ma'am. Group Bio Namo Namaha. Okay, please suggest and view on Everest Kanto Company. Namo Namaha, Ganesh. Everest Kanto. Let me just check. It is still honoring the 50 DEMA. very, very properly honoring 50 Dema for the last few days. Right now, it has been showing some sort of uh, slightly lower trend, but I believe it might go into consolidation from here. Seems like consolidation unless and until this level of 220 should not be broken significantly. If 220 is not broken significantly, there can be some sign of consolidation followed by maybe even an uptrend. Okay. And the last question. Thank you. Please no more super chats. Last question is on views on GLS and AMI Organics for long term. To be honest, I have not checked GSL or AMI Organics. I'll quickly check AMI Organics. If you ask about this company, was a recent listing, if I'm not mistaken. Sales, at least quarter on quarter, good growth. Profits also quarter on quarter, its highest for December 21, in fact. Even sales has grown at a decent rate. Net profit also not bad at all. Numbers are good, to be honest. I'm repeating, numbers are good. AMI Organics. So if you want, you can dig down deep. Advanced pharmaceutical, advanced improvement. Acha, API, correct. I guess I had done a video on this as well. I can't recollect 100% though. But AMI Organics fundamentally not bad at all. Okay, try to dig down deeper into this, and you'll be more comfortable before investing. Chalo, I guess all major questions I've answered. I did talk about, I'll just give you a quick wrap up of what we discussed today. We did discuss about Russia-Ukraine impact, how we may see a V-shaped recovery. We talked about Nifty, Bank Nifty. I have talked about basics of stock market live 2.0 in Pune, and early bird offer till 20th February. Then I did talk about Pro Investor live stream on 21st at 9 p.m. as well. So I'll see you all the Pro Investor members on 21st. Zoom meeting link will be posted in the community tab. So whenever time permits on the same day, that is 21st, don't forget to check the community tab as well, right? Uh, Gokul Nath, thank you for the super chat. No questions asked. Hello, Rachana. Have you discussed stock of the month for February? Yes, Kamal, I have discussed. I'll just check if the stock is not there in the playlist or what. It has to be ideally there in the playlist. What you can do, all those who are the Pro Investor members, just go into the Pro Investor special playlist, and in that you will be able to see the February month stock of the month, right? All right, we are done for the day. Till then, happy investing. Keep on watching the markets. Until then, take care. Jai Hind and bye bye.